Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we are really cutting through the noise and zeroing in on just one crucial source. That's the opening remarks from Doximity CEO Jeffrey Tangney during their fiscal Q2 2026 earnings call. This is DOCS, the company that, essentially owns the professional social network for American physicians. And our mission today is pretty simple. We want to rapidly extract the most important strategic nuggets about their financial health, their user network, and their really aggressive push into generative AI,
Right.
which, frankly, looks like it's fundamentally shifting the whole company. We're not doing a full financial breakdown, just a targeted look at the CEO's vision.
And that's exactly the right way to look at it. I mean, what the CEO laid out for us, it really defines this moment for Doximity. You can basically see three themes, and they're all completely interlocked.
Sure.
You've got exceptionally strong financial execution, network engagement, hitting new records, and then this unprecedented speed in launching highly valuable AI tools.
And they all feed each other.
They do. The critical insight here is that their massive user base isn't just generating passive traffic anymore. That engagement is now directly fueling, rapid product adoption and a much healthier balance sheet.
Okay, so let's start with that scorecard then, the financials. For fiscal Q2 2026, Doximity reported revenue of $169 million.
Which is a very, very robust 23% year-on-year growth.
And critically, that $169 million, it wasn't just hitting targets, right?
Not at all. It was a meaningful beat, a full 7% above the high end of their own guidance range. But, if you really want to understand the power of this platform, you have to look at the bottom line, the efficiency.
Tell us about that operational leverage. I mean, that's often the true measure of a mature, successful network business, isn't it?
It is the defining factor here, absolutely. They reported an adjusted EBITDA of $101 million.
Wow.
And if you do the math on that, it resulted in a stunning 60% adjusted EBITDA margin.
60%.
60, yeah. I mean, for comparison, most successful high-growth SaaS companies, they aspire to margins in the, 20 to 30% range?
So this is double that.
Exactly. Hitting 60% while you're also growing revenue at 23%, it just suggests near-perfect operational leverage and pricing power within their niche.
That kind of margin just screams market dominance. It means the company is spending very little to acquire or even service their core clientele.
That's it. And the efficiency story just continues. Adjusted EBITDA grew 32% year-on-year, so it's outpacing revenue growth. And free cash flow was up 37% year-on-year. I mean, these are the kinds of numbers that showcase a mature, highly profitable platform that's just funding its own rapid expansion.
And what's really interesting is what the CEO credited for this massive first-half beat. He pointed specifically to, and I'm quoting here, AI-optimized integrated programs and our client portal.
That statement is huge. It really is. It confirms that their investment in AI isn't some, experimental R&D budget item.
It's not a science project.
It's an active, immediate revenue driver. They are successfully using AI to make their client offerings more effective, easier to deploy, and therefore more valuable. This tells us their AI strategy is directly validated by the financials.
It's amazing they can post those kinds of leverage numbers. But, of course, none of it is sustainable if the network isn't growing with it. So let's talk about the users, the platform's core asset. How did network reach and engagement look?
Well, they hit new all-time highs, pretty much across the board in Q2. The foundational element, the newsfeed, set a new record for the number of quarterly active prescribers. And importantly, those users weren't just scrolling. We saw double-digit growth in the number of articles actually read or tapped.
And that shift from just passive scrolling to active reading is so key, especially in a clinical context.
Absolutely. And this is where the AI integration into that engagement loop really starts to shine. They introduced the Ask Docs GPT feature right there in the newsfeed.
Oh, interesting.
So now, a physician who reads an article about, say, a new clinical trial can instantly ask the AI for follow-up questions or dive deeper into related topics, or maybe check drug interactions mentioned in the text.
So it turns content consumption into clinical inquiry?
Instantly, yeah. It completely transforms the function of the newsfeed. It moves from being just an information source to an interactive clinical assistant.
So beyond the newsfeed, what about the adoption of their actual productivity tools?
That's where the scale is just really impressive. They reported that more than 650,000 unique prescribers use their workflow tools in Q2.
Another record.
Another all-time record. And these aren't just minor features. We're talking about core functionality like telehealth, scheduling, digital fax, and of course the new AI tools for clinical reference and documentation.
So of all those tools, which ones grew the fastest? I think I can guess.
Oh, the AI tools by a mile. That cohort saw quarterly active prescribers grow by more than 50% from the prior quarter.
50%. Quarter over quarter.
Yes, that's not marginal improvement. That's explosive adoption. It's driven purely by utility.
A 50% quarter over quarter growth is.
Yeah.
It's just massive. It
Yeah.
really indicates they are solving a profound pain point for these doctors.
It solidifies their whole strategic positioning. Doximity is quickly transforming from just being the established newsfeed of medicine, the trusted place where doctors start their day,
Right.
to rapidly becoming the go-to platform for AI-powered clinical workflows. The users are just demonstrating with their engagement that they see these tools as essential to their daily practice.
That huge adoption rate brings us right into the core of the CEO's talk then, the AI offensive itself. Let's start with that strategic acquisition of Pathway and the speed of deployment.
The speed of integration is a headline all by itself. I mean, the CEO noted they fully integrated Pathway's entire medical dataset and its complex AI models into Doximity in just 7 weeks.
7 weeks.
7 weeks. And it's now live across both their web and mobile apps.
That is lightning fast for any tech integration, let alone one involving massive, sensitive medical data sets. Is there, any inherent risk in prioritizing that kind of speed over, say, exhaustive long-term testing?
That is absolutely the right question to ask. The pressure for rapid deployment in the AI space is fierce, but for a platform serving clinicians, the stakes are exceptionally high.
Precision is everything.
Precision and clinical rigor are non-negotiable. And the fact that the CEO immediately followed this up by stressing the 2 major clinical firsts that resulted from that integration, it suggests they were trying to prove they achieved speed without sacrificing accuracy.
Okay, so let's dive into those 2 firsts. They seem to target that point-of-care user.
Exactly. The first is the fully integrated drug reference. This is so crucial because, unlike competitors, Doximity now provides peer-reviewed answers instantly. We're talking under 1 second for complex drug-related questions.
Like dosing, side effects.
Dosing, side effects, interactions, all of it. And given the CEO's history with Hippocrates, which was the original point-of-care drug reference tool decades ago, this feature really feels like a technological homecoming for them. They're modernizing their foundational use case with generative AI.
And having that speed and accuracy integrated right there on the physician's phone while they're with a patient, it just eliminates a massive friction point.
It really does.
So what was the second major technical first?
It's about eliminating the barrier to primary sources. They're the first medical AI to provide direct, full-text PDF access to over 2,000 medical journals.
Wow.
Including all the highest impact titles, through a unique referral partnership with Research Solutions software.
That is massive for clinical trust. I mean, clinicians need to confirm the primary source, but they so often hit a paywall or they need a VPN or a library login.
Which they just don't have time for in the clinic.
Right. This eliminates that whole proxy war and gives them instant access to the peer-reviewed truth. It's a huge usability win.
A huge win. And now let's pivot to the second pillar of their AI offensive, Doximity Scribe, the HypeK compliant ambient note-taking tool.
Right, and the uptake of Scribe is, it's truly remarkable. The number of quarterly active users nearly tripled versus Q1.
Yeah.
How did they pull that off so fast?
It was just really smart platform integration. They tied Scribe directly into the Doximity dialer, which is already their market-leading telehealth tool.
Okay, so they leveraged an existing tool.
They did. The dialer already conducts over 300,000 voice and video visits on an average weekday. So by making Scribe accessible with just a single click during those visits, they turned their market dominance in virtual care into an immediate, massive distribution channel for AI adoption.
And that leverage is what separates them from competitors trying to break into that space, like, say, Microsoft's Nuance. They don't have that built-in workflow.
Exactly. They aren't asking doctors to add a new tool or change a habit. They're just enhancing the tool they already use every day. And the core driver here is undeniable: solving physician burnout. The CEO shared the specific anecdote from a family medicine doctor who said, "I just love Scribe. I saw 22 patients today till 5 p.m. and was out of the office by 5:15.
That's such a powerful statement. Most doctors spend hours after the clinic closes just doing charting, that pajama time they call it.
Right.
And the ability to reclaim that time fundamentally changes their quality of life.
Well, what's fascinating here is that the primary value proposition isn't even strictly financial for the doctor, it's cultural and it's personal. The stated goal, helping clinicians reduce administrative work and cut down on pajama time, is maybe the most compelling driver of adoption they could possibly offer. It's a mission that just resonates so deeply with their user base.
So what does this all mean? If we distill the CEO's remarks, the defining theme seems to be synergy and execution speed.
I think so.
They achieved a massive financial beat, they confirmed record user engagement, and they proved that their AI implementation is both rapid, that 7-week pathway integration, and instantly effective, with the Scribe user base tripling. These components are clearly feeding into one another.
Yeah, the overall strategic vision is becoming crystal clear. Doximity is aiming to be the singular, essential, and trusted digital assistant for every single physician.
The one-stop shop.
Pretty much. By combining a peer-reviewed, instantly accurate AI reference with that time-saving ambient note-taking tool and integrating it all directly into their existing workflow, they are building a platform that simultaneously addresses a physician's two greatest professional anxieties: clinical uncertainty and administrative burden.
That leaves us with a pretty important question for you, the listener, to consider. Given the CEO's history with Hippocrates 2 decades ago, how fundamentally does the speed and seamless integration of modern AI, specifically the Doximity drug reference and that journal access, redefine what point-of-care technology even means for clinicians in the next 5 years? Will the expectation for instant, verified, and personalized clinical answers render the old reference models totally obsolete?